Greetings, fellow musicologists. Welcome to the channel. I'm Alex Tamulis, and today we're actually going to delve into Hell on Earth, which is, in my opinion, the best Senjutsu track. It's got super catchy melodies, it's got great riffs, 10 out of 10. It's the 10th track on the album. It's got this arpeggiated sequence, like C major, D major, E minor. It's more like a power chord arpeggio. It's very powerful, especially with the guitar melody that plays a sad theme. It feels like it's the introduction of a sad story. I'm gonna play the bass line and the guitar melodies, but all on the bass. So this beautiful theme is quickly interrupted by Nico's drums, like boom, and it's rather abrupt. There's obviously a purpose. I think it's the arrival of the moment of battle. So you can picture the theme being played at breaking dawn, when night is darkest. And the first vocal line will reinforce this idea. It's got this heroic anthemic vibe. When Bruce comes in, it's totally worth the wait. The melodies are very catchy, the lyrics are very impactful, like it's got some really impactful imagery. Beginning of a sunrise bores a big hole in the sky. So I already picture this beautiful Jerusalem at dawn, a stunning opener for a lyric. But at the same time, this is not to reason with the fact that humans are arming children. You have armed children at war, and this gives you the atmosphere of the song, these bellic themes, and it criticizes the fact that children have to go to war in certain places of the world, fighting in the name of God's way, linked to an ideology or philosophy. And Steve Harris states that this is just an utter waste, and it only happens due to vanity. Everyone has their own agenda, in this case the profit agenda, and they use kids as pawns. So it's worth mentioning that this is a recurring theme. The album opens with Senjutsu, right? And I'm going to dedicate a single video to that song, to that opener, but it also talks about pride and vanity. And then Hell on Earth closes with the same motif. So I think it's got this cyclical aspect to it in a way that you can listen to the album and then you can return. Fellow musicologist B pointed it out, and you can check my Days of Future Past analysis here. Let's check the next verse, and it starts with "Pray upon the weak, no more the spirits of those who are gone. Propaganda of the battles that are lost or won." Kind of like that, right? So it's interesting. It's interesting that the word pray, you can utter it and you can write it with an E or A. It's a homophone, so it could be related to prayer or it could be related to predation. And I thought that was really neat. The verse is just saying, well, stop using propaganda. Stop using mighty images and rhetoric to convince people that war is linked to honor, to glory, to fame. They will promote the idea to the weak, and they will use the spirits of those who are gone, and in this case, the prophets of the past, as the source of the philosophy, to keep the ideology, to keep pushing the ideology. And count your blessings still alive, of those who manage to survive inside oblivion of that hell on earth. It's awesome. Here it says, you've survived a story. You're lucky because, once you're part of the battle, it's kind of like your individuality is just gone. You're part of a collective. You're with the zeitgeist. Steve is using the word oblivion, because you're just part of the mass. You're forgotten in that mass with hell, fire, bullets, explosions, you name it. The things that matter to you, they're just, you can only access them via dreams. And it's stated right here. All you have been, all you have seen, lost in somewhere in your dreams, right? All you have been, all you have seen. So the next couple lines are linked to other motifs of angels, angels to fall, nothing is what it seems. All you have now is the voice in your head, meaning your consciousness, your memories. That's the only spark, that's the only glimpse of the past. And the chorus deals with that longing. It says, I wish I could go back, would never be the same again, but for all upon is hell on earth, right? So it's about the fact that things will never be the same. I've bled for everyone, and everyone is part of this hell. Hell is right here. And when I leave this world, I hope to see you all again on the other side of hell on earth. They're pushing 65 and they're just wondering now, even for rational beings, when you face your own mortality, you always hope you get to see people in the afterlife, the ones that matter to you. I think it's just instinctive to us humans that we wish that it was possible. You dance on the graves who bled for us. Do you really think they will come for us? Knowledge and virtue, taken by lust, live on the edge of those that you trust. This reminds me of the writing on the wall, knowledge and virtue taken by lust. It's that, remember that politician there with the limo linked to sex and food and pleasures, while the astronaut was representing science and advances, and he was just limping and with crutches. So the leaders will dance, will feast, and will have a great time here on Earth, on this hellish Earth, while these people just die in the name of ideology. One more. You think that you have all the answers for all in your arrogant way. So this is boastfulness, right? This is knowing it all. This is what Socrates said he hated about the sophists back in his time. He said that the wise ones were the ones who didn't know anything, or who were actually aware that they didn't know everything. Only one way to fall, burning a lamp that is. Fire in your hands, taking you further from these lands. So how can we interpret this? Well, one way would be to say it's a metaphor for the Enlightenment, right? Since the illustration is related to light. But it could also mean, the myth of Prometheus. Prometheus stole fire from Zeus. So knowledge is the light in the end of the tunnel, represented by the lamp. So the further you get from these people, from the darkness, which is the ideology that's really clouding your ideas and keeping you in this bellic state, in this bellic cage. So just get the fire and escape from this madness. And then the best part comes in, Love in anger, life in danger, lost in anger. Anyhow, it's just lots packed in this short sentence. It's like we're angry and we're going to go to war, but we love our friends, our beloved ones, our next of kin, our families. But at the same time, we're lost in anger. We let anger dominate, and therefore we risk our lives and our links to these people that we love, and we end up losing lives to anger, and life is obviously in danger. So after a couple more instrumentals, we get to the outro, which is exactly like the intro, kind of like cyclical, and it gives me the vibe of being like between wars. It's like this alarming moment where you have peace, but it's more like truce, and the E minor is just holding there. Kind of gives me the creeps, because it sounds like an alarm. It sounds like it's keeping tabs. People are just ready for battle. It's the tension. It's really not knowing when the next war will come in. What can I say? It's my favorite track on the album. It's very anthemic, perfect for arenas, for crowd chanting, for social gatherings. This will be phenomenal live. Thanks to Iron Maiden for these songs. Now it's time to delve into the others and keep reflecting. I kindly ask you to subscribe to this channel if you think the content enlightens you in any way. So hit the bell button so you won't miss out on any other content. Again, thank you heaps for watching. Music is what music does. See you in the next video. Bye now.